Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. This is Peter Hubby and my very, very fine guest, Jeff. This is my first live guest appearance with another person who's very special to me in my life. He's a partner in guitar and food and beverage, the owner of The Loop in Chapel Hill is with me tonight. And I just wanted to introduce him, my fellow serotonin milkshakers, to Jeff. And Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your thoughts tonight? But I want to just segue into telling folks that if you're ever in the Chapel Hill area around UNC, Chapel Hill, very famous college here in the area, please go and have the best milkshake at The Loop. It's a $5 shake. And they just don't make them any better. So welcome to Serotonin Milkshake, Jeff. And what are your thoughts tonight?
Well, my brain is empty, but Pete.
No, it's not.
I call him Pete. His name's Peter, but he reminds me of a very special guitar player named Mr. Townshend. And just something I want to talk about is we're in a special time of uncertainty, and I just want to say that there are a few things we can do to improve our health.
What are some of the things that you do, Jeff, to improve your health?
Take a deep breath.
Bring your chair closer a little bit.
Take a deep breath. That's important. Don't sweat the little stuff. But here's really what's important. So daily routine, that's important. As we get older, we need to get into a routine. Exercise, eat right, and mingle. So I try to work out a little bit every other day. Starts my day, makes me feel good, and then go on your routine. Play music, listen to music. Guitar is really do anything to exercise your brain.
Right, and keep your muscles, as your bone structure. I've got to go in for surgery next week, so I'm going to try to get as many serotonin milkshakes in as I can before I go under the knife. But Jeff has been a close friend of mine here in the area, and we share the same passion in playing music. And obviously, as you can tell, he's holding a guitar, and I think there's probably another one around here somewhere. Jeff, do you think that I might be able to pick up? And maybe we might, if we have it in us, we might be able to get to a song by the end of the cast here. So I'm really excited. But anyway, Jeff, so what would you recommend, for young people in society today? If you had, I think you have a daughter, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what kind of communication do you have with her? Does she ever get bummed out on a specific day or has some issues? Or, what would you say about our climate today? We all know what's going on. We're not stupid. We know what's going on. Serotonin Milkshake is at the intersection of artificial intelligence and not even going to name this person, but the 47th presidency. So we're going to go through some turmoil, I would imagine. I mean, I'm very unbiased in this show. So I stay moderate. I stay straight down the center when I talk to people because everybody's voice matters. And it's really important to hear all sides. That's why I have this show launching, is because I want to bridge the divide. It is so important today to have people come together and talk things out. This is a very informative channel. This is going to be the truth. It's going to have honesty. It's going to have morality in it, but it's also going to cover some current events. But it can go political. We can do that, but I don't want to piss people off by doing that. To the extreme, because also the end goal of this and my mission statement in the summary is that everybody's going to feel really good when they're here and they're sitting here, right? and everybody's gonna have a smile on their face, and that's what the true essence of the show is. So when you leave here, I want you to feel, as much better as you can before you even, sat down with me. So, having said that, Jeff, what else is on your mind?
Well, again, well-being. Well-being is
Absolutely.
really important.
I agree.
And to be well is to live well, but that means exercise, diet, hobbies.
What do you get out of music, for example?
Interaction.
When you play music, what does it mean to you? How do you feel when you do it? Because I know that's one of our main connections. Although we're friends beyond that, we're having a great sushi meal this weekend. We're gonna, talk to friends, family. But like I said, we connected with music really well, and hopefully we'll be able to put, like I said, if we have a little bit of time, we're gonna put together a little number for you here at the end. But anyway, please continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to. Outside, in addition to, keeping a good mindset, exercising, hobbies and things like that, what else would you suggest for, people that are coming together? And if they don't see eye to eye on something, how would you handle something? If I said something, I'm not going to make any examples up, but if I said, Jeff, such and such a statement, right? And you didn't agree with me. Now, this is the essence of this channel. Are you going to yell at me? Are you going to unfriend me on Facebook? I mean, are you going to listen with open ears and try to understand my point of view? Which way do you think is a healthier way to go?
That's it. Listen.
Even if you don't like what the person's saying.
You don't have to agree,
Right.
Listen, shed your light, and maybe they'll see your light. But
Like energy, like it's an energy. It's a physicality.
Yeah, you have to listen and you have to be open and don't block, and the way to approach somebody that has a different opinion of yours is to just state your opinion, coherently, and
Give it room.
Yeah, and see how it goes.
Right.
And we're all very opinionated, but the key thing here is health. And health, like guitar playing, it's extremely, our brains deteriorate as we get older. It's extremely therapeutic. I mean, it's mind, hand coordination,
Feelings. Yeah, you're speaking
and
with your
feelings.
with an
Yeah,
instrument.
it's so healthy. So my advice to you is pick up an instrument and start from ground zero and play. You'll get so much more enjoyment. And
that's going to be a big part of the show. Actually, when I introduced the show, it's a huge part of my life. It's been a huge part of Jeff's life, and so we've been doing this for decades. But that, I'm still working out the syllabus on Milkshake. But I'm trying to incorporate meaningful music into the show in one way or another. So this is going to actually be a launch. This will be probably the first time that we actually, if we can get to the song, we're going to definitely do this. But yeah, for me, the way I see it, Jeff, is cognitive. So when two thoughts can't coexist at the same time in your mind. So that's what I do.
I just learned that.
Yeah. So. And the backing tracks. Just kidding. I'll let you tell that story. Anyway, so no. So,
I don't even know that story though.
Denial will get you nowhere, Jeff. Anyway, so so that's why when I play guitar, I find that I can just dismiss or just kind of push out any thoughts that I have, and the only thought that's going on is making the music, and if you do that for a prolonged period of time, that's cognitive therapy. So,
all right. There's one really key point that comes to mind, and that's live in the moment.
Oh, yes.
And it's so hard to do.
I know.
It's so hard to do.
I hear you. I think I'm just coming into that now. At 55 years old. Now you know how old I am. I know. You guys thought I was 26. It's 55. I'm sorry. Anyway, but I'm coming into that. It took a long, long time, and I'm really, really proud, and I'm very grateful to be sitting here right now in the moment. So this is almost a healing, this is going to be a healing process for me as well, because I'm an introvert, but I get a lot of pleasure out of really good friends, and when they're able to, kind of radiate that energy for me, it just makes me feel really, really good. So I don't even know what we were talking about. What was?
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Thank you. So I am finally trying to learn how to do that, and I can actually do
Very
that.
difficult.
It is, but right now is in the moment, and that's what we're talking about. Like here we are right now in the moment, having a great time, sharing with Serotonin Milkshake, and basically, playing music, having camaraderie, having communication, feeling better about everything as we go. And that's the point of the show. That really is. I want people to come here, get whatever it is off your chest, and if you feel like, if you have an opinion, I don't care. We don't care what it is. It could be the most atrocious topic, right? So
Sure.
we're gonna open it up, and we're just gonna get it out, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna table it, and we're gonna feel good about it, and that's the main goal of the show. I'm going to get a lot of benefit out of it as a human being, but I can get into a little bit of that, depression and anxiety a little bit later on. But I get a lot of pleasure by listening to you now. And it took a long time for me to get there. But meaningful conversation, like stopping right now, like here it is. We are at 7:47 right now. And right here in the moment, mid-November 2024, going into a new year. And so he hit the nail right on the head when he said that. Stop and appreciate what you're doing right now. Right now. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
And get a dog.
Get a dog. Do you have a dog?
I don't.
You don't, but you've had dogs in your past.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff and I have also lived abroad. We've had some wonderful experiences. There's some similarities in our families, whereas we've kind of, we've seen some different cultures. And so I think that, we're able to connect, on that level. Whereas I think that any traveling that you get to do, I know, Jeff, you went to Canada recently, and that was a wonderful trip for you. And I know before that you went to, I think it was Scotland. You went to Scotland? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Great. Tell us a little bit about those trips and how did you feel when you got off the airplane and when you went into those lands? Being an American today, what was it like? How did you feel? Well, traveling.
Well, I love to travel, but when I went to Canada, and Helene was upon us. So I flew through a hurricane, and that was scary, but, traveling's great.
What are the mindsets?
Take the train whenever you can.
What are the mindsets of the Canadian people? I've never been there. I really want to go. Toronto. I've always wanted to go there.
They're the coolest people. Yeah. They're warming and welcoming. It's a little chilly, but man, if you want Asian food, which I'm a big fan of.
But Jeff is a foodie.
And so is he. But yeah, we have great neighbors in the north and the south.
Great. Anything else you want to share before we get into our musical adventure?
No, I'm good.
You are? Okay.
Peace. Love thy neighbor.
We'll have you back on the show, no problem.
I hope so, but I've been kicked off many shows. Not really, but just what's really important, again, is to stay in the moment and love the neighbor and just you don't have control over a lot of situations, and let that go.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
And just try to see where they're coming from. Maybe try to understand their viewpoint, although it might not be yours. Like I said, this the essence of this show, Jeff, is going to be bringing people together in harmony and spirit, and not,
beautiful.
You know what I mean? And that's why I launched it, because I knew exactly where we were in history. I know exactly where we are, right? So, some of these current events that are going on, could have seen it coming. Oh, well, excuse me, shock value first, but was it any surprise? Without getting into detail, on my previous show, I think I was saying on the previous episode that I said something to the effect of, that's exactly why we're here, because of these headlines. This is exactly why we're here, because, that's going to rock somebody's world. And I want people to know that they can come to this channel and they can feel good. They can listen to, you know, their elder. I'll speak for myself, but some experience, you know, some people that have been around the block, you know, have seen some other countries, have seen the way people operate. And, you know, I've spent time in South America and Brazil and Mexico, and I've been over to Europe, but I got to go back. But, you know, it's, you know, I know a lot of people can't get out a lot, whether it's an affordability issue or even just, but if you can take a train, like you said, or if you could even just take a road trip, like, you know, like Highway 1, you know, going down the California coast. That's I haven't done that yet, and you know, kind of weaving in and out, and you go down to those names escape me of those towns, those little small little coastal towns, but
Half Moon Bay.
Half Moon Bay, thank you very much. Half Moon Bay. You know, I lived in San Francisco in most of the '90s, and had a wonderful time out there. But I mean, I'm telling you, things change, right? And so we have got to ride the top. We've got to ride the wave. You know, like Jeff said earlier, we're not in control of a lot of things, and so. It's that 90-10 percentage where they say, what is it? You know, 90%, 10% is what we hear, 10% is the news. You know, 10% is like what happened, right? But what the key is to get 90% of you. 90% that matters is how you respond, or how it affects you, or how you let it affect you. You know, letting your mind, you know, kind of process it out and kind of be in a place where you can understand why something is happening instead of just, you know, falling into these really wasted emotions like anger and revenge. Who needs revenge, honestly? I mean, you know, revenge, really? I mean, I'm 55 years old. I don't want revenge. I've never wanted revenge. You know, don't get me started. But anyway, I want to thank Jeff again, and we're gonna we've had a good talk here, and I'm, like I said, I'm still constructing the show and its organization. But again, the Loop, a fabulous American Fair. Okay, Jeff, how long have you been involved in the
29. Well, the Loop is 29 years old, and I've been involved for around 22.
Wonderful. And so the milkshake. All right, we're all gonna have milkshakes in our hands. Okay, serotonin milkshakes. But what would you recommend on that menu, Jeff?
Oh my God. Burger, everything, but since this is the serotonin milkshake, try the strawberry or the chocolate milkshake.
Or vanilla? You got a vanilla for me?
And vanilla. My two favorites are the strawberry and the chocolate.
Wonderful.
And I mean, you get a huge friggin' $5 milkshake.
Yeah, and it's all natural, and it's...
What's his name? Tarantino would be proud of it.
Yeah, he would.
And so would...
Is he a milkshake guy?
Well, he did the Pulp Fiction, and
right.
and who's the star? The dancer, what's his name?
John Travolta?
Yeah, he would love our milkshakes, so...
I'm doing it. I'm doing it perfectly.
You're doing the...
You've only seen half of it, but I'm going to share my
head.
I'll share my head.
Those
and my
moves
feet.
were amazing. Yeah. And
yeah,
then
the shoe shuffle. You got to get the shoe shuffle in there.
See, those are great exercises, chair exercises. No, really, I do them.
For somebody going to get their shoulder replaced next week, I'm going to lean on Jeff for, you know, these kind of exercises that we can do to try to keep ourselves, you know, intact. Because I want to play guitar until I die. So I'm one of those types, and I'm sure Jeff is too. So we've been on this mission. We've had a really good talk here tonight. Like I said, serotonin milkshakers. We're gonna play you out on this episode. My first guest, Jeff, owner of the Loop restaurant.
So proud to be here.
Yeah, he's just great, and you know, we've been friends. You know, what, about a year or so, maybe longer. Probably longer. Yeah, longer than that now. So we came together over music, and now we're great friends. But like I said, the Loop restaurant, I just want to, I definitely want to just, give it a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, because it is a delicious place to eat. So next time you're in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, in the area, look up the Loop and go in there and have a milkshake. And then we'll talk about that on the next episode. See how delicious these milkshakes are. I think I need to have one of these milkshakes. So anyway, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play you out, because what we do is Jeff and I get together and we love music and we play guitar together and we work on projects, and we're gonna do some originals eventually. I'm the type where I don't need to be playing covers for the rest of my life. I'm one of those if, anybody who knows me will know my adventures with the Grateful Dead and how long I've been involved there. But it's all about for me, it's about beautiful, sustaining, notes and basically, improvisation and coming up with some layers and some pads of some really cool stuff. And so that's what we do behind the scenes, when we're just kind of kicking it. So to play us out, I've allowed for a section in this episode to play "Thank You" by Led Zeppelin. It's something that it's a song that Jeff taught me. So I just took it and I ran with it, and hopefully it will do it some justice here. But anyway, I learned it right away once he showed me the chords, and I fell in love with it. And so we're building this collection of songs that we have that we can play, all the way through. Although we're gonna do some originals, we enjoy this. So without further ado, I'd say,
Shall we play it?
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they want to hear it?
I think they do.
Okay. All right, let's get this party started then.
So, do you want me to count in?
Please.
Okay.
You're my guest.
So,
Guest count.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. Mountains crumble to the sea. There will still be you and me. Kind of woman, I give you my all. Kind of woman, nothing more. Cold raindrops of rain, whisper of the pain, tears of love lost in the days gone by. Love is strong, you there is no wrong. Together we shall go until we die. Happiness, no more be sad. Happiness, I'm glad. And so today, my world it smiles. Your hand in mine, we walk the miles. Thanks to you, it will be done. You and me are the only one, yeah. All right now, no more reason, no more sad, oh yeah. I would still be loving you. Mountains crumble to the sea. There will still be you and me. Well, we gave that a try. We also have that as a separate video on the channel to be determined as to whether that's going to make it on this particular episode. Definitely the content with Jeff will be on the channel, but like I said, we're two perfectionists, can never get it right enough. But we hope you enjoyed our music tonight, our conversation tonight, and please, we look forward to your next tune in to Serotonin Milkshake. Thank you so much, Jeff. I really appreciate you having you here tonight.
Thanks for allowing me to be your guest, and I think it's a great concept, and I look forward to watching you for a long time. Thanks.
I think I might have found my calling here, so thank you so much, Jeff. We'll see you next time. Tune in next time. Thank you.